Welcome to your weekend focus for April the 7th and 8th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you, truly, thank you, truly, for all of your positive, loving, supportive energy. And you send my way each and every day. Thank you so, so much. Oh, we have a card. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles. I get emotional about our path forward today, or this weekend, I should say. There is a definite, we're wearing green, so it is about our growth. It is about sitting there and knowing that we can do these things independently, although it's good to have friends around and support. We're a queen, so we are grounded. We are the diplomat, so we are looking at growing our path forward, but with a maturity. Hopefully, a sense of a motherly love towards yourself, your dreams, your goals, your vision of your tomorrow. To bring in the abundance. And that could be money, that could be finances, that could be getting that career off the ground or moving it to the next rung. It could be relationships, strengthening them, starting them, growing them. We do have the moon in Capricorn for most of the weekend, so we are setting goals. We are making the plan. We can be a lot more realistic about what is doable and what isn't. So risk taking, we're the diplomats. We're not looking at the risks as much, although we do have the sun in Aries, so we could. The energy's there to tap into. The shadow side. Wow, are you going to let that new you out? The one that you've been pushing in so long that you just kind of took it as who you really were? That part of you that you don't allow to come out often, if at all. But it's the part of you with the great potential, the dream, the vision. King of Swords. King of Swords is back from Friday, asking us to make those commitments, asking us to be knighted upon our path. Three of Wands. Don't allow the past to trip you up. Okay? People, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. So this is almost like you are picking up that new wand to walk your path. A new path, a different path. New responses to old situations, new perspectives to old situations. Could allow a clarity to come in that you haven't had until this weekend. Knight of Cups. Love is in the air. New relationships. New adventures. Opportunities. And the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after. So a strong weekend. A strong weekend when we have the Ten of Cups, because we are working towards our happily ever after, the big goals, and we don't want to lose sight of the little goals along the way. But this could be where we change lanes. This could be a weekend of changing lanes. How honest can you be with yourself? The shadow side. Inside each and every one of us is a potential greater than each and every one of us gives ourselves credit for. We were told at a young age, either by friends or family or teachers or mentors, that we wouldn't be good in that area, or we should have a certain behavior within groups, within sharing our mind, sharing our wisdom, sharing our talent, sharing our gifts. But it's always been a part of us anyways. It's allowing your light to shine. Okay, if you look at April the 7th, April is a 4, 7, and 11. That's your 22, which is the Fool card. That's the new beginnings. That's the new starts. That's the new path forward. That's going on the adventure, being the pioneer, being independent, feeling optimistic, feeling like you've got this, you can do it, you can face anything. There's a strength or a courage within you that you can tap into this weekend to move you forward in a very new direction. Or it could be as simple as a new behavior. Maybe um, you've always had a dream to step up to the plate in a certain area of your life, and you've always shied down, you've always backed down, you've always kicked yourself to the curb and didn't let that part of you emerge and take authority for a situation or your path or who you are. And this is, with the King of Swords right behind it, definitely a time where you can step into that. Maybe you've always wanted dance lessons. Maybe you've always wanted to build a house. Maybe you've always wanted to maybe just listen to different music or change your environment up. This might be the day where you rearrange all the furniture. Or the weekend that you rearrange all the furniture. But it's more than that. It's making the plan. It's making the plan for where you are going. It's your determination. It's your courage all rolled up into one to be knighted on this path. To go forward with an optimism. I hope you're journaling, okay? Um, I've had it ever since the full moon. I think the journaling is so important to prepare for the seeds that need to be planted in a week's time, less than a week. Be grateful for who you are. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, I really got like we are picking a new path or an old path um, reborn by approaching it differently or having a different perspective or looking at it in a different way. Maybe if it always seemed to be too much of a challenge, you break it down into bite-sized pieces. You understand how you can manipulate that path in order to slowly get firmly grounded in your steps. I get a strong sense of commitment, and it's not just a commitment to work or career or taking a hobby and making it into a business or some money making factor, because we have the Knight of Cups, so it could be very much about how you relate to other people and relationships. Maybe you're always that shy one who doesn't say much in the background. Maybe you speak too much and you need to listen more. Maybe you've always had that wall up when people get too close to you. And it's time to take down a brick or two and see what happens. Allowing love to come in a new and exciting and adventurous way. And that could be within a relationship that you're already in. And building that bridge. deepening that relationship, strengthening it in some way. This is the knight in shining armor that sweeps you off your feet. So this could be new love seemingly out of nowhere, or a new adventure seemingly out of nowhere. And since we are in Mercury retrograde and since we are in the full moon energy, I'm going to caution you to move very slowly when it comes to these things, but do not dismiss them, especially if you've been asking for just that to come into your life. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So a lot of, allowing yourself, the honesty, being honest to you and what you're good at, what you've always been naturally drawn to, what these are the kind of things that you are going to be making the commitment about, of bringing it out and about, or stepping into a path. It's almost like it's something that you've been procrastinating forever and a day on, or you just haven't had that courage to really step into that person that you want to be, that you know you can be, because we have the Ten of Cups, and that's your happily ever after. You are designing your path forward. It may be only in your journal right now. It may be only in your mind right now. But this is a time to at least make the commitments to yourself. Let's get an affirmation card or two, shall we? So it's a strong weekend for our direction going forward. And, we have the Fool card on the Saturday as our energy, the beginnings, the new starts. Three of Water. Celebration, enjoying community, sharing, team spirit, common goals and friendships. Joy and excitement flow among all those gathered. I embrace being part of something larger than myself. It's time to delight in the camaraderie as I experience the greater whole that is my community or team. We buoy each other, as in BUOY, and play together as we co-create. We are friends, family, companion, sharing our experience. It's a time to remember we must accept each other as we are, with both shadow and light within. So know that for every person you meet has that inner shadow of who they could be, who they could become. And when that kind of energy comes out in other people around you and start to emerge, that's when the energy to co-create is magnificent. It's astounding. It's surreal. Let's take another here. Look at that, the Ten of Water. Ten of Cups, Ten of Water. Can this weekend get better? Now, it's only, we do have free will. We don't have a lot of really strong cards here when you look at the tarot as a whole. So, significant cards, yes, but the strength of them says that we have a lot of free will. So we could be lazy this weekend. We could not challenge ourselves. We could sit back and stay in our fuzzy PJs, so to speak, like the horse told us yesterday. We could do those things. So this is a time for you to really step forward on your own terms, to put the energy into it. Serenity, peace, good fortune, and well-being. All is well with the world and with me. Well-being is my natural state. Everything I need comes to me easily and effortlessly. I feel joy and express it to others as I look around to see all the love that we share. I take pleasure in all I have accomplished. Whatever attention I receive or don't receive, I am serene, for I know full well what it took for me to get to where I am. I celebrate myself and all who travel the road with me, and feel grateful to Spirit for being my companion always. And I hope that when you ask your angels, your spirit guides, God, source, the universe for things, and they arrive, that you take a moment to say thank you. Because they like hearing thank you just as much as we like hearing thank you. Take pleasure in all that you have accomplished, however hard the road has been. And don't worry if other people don't recognize your scars, your wounds, because you know what it took to get to where you are today. And you're going to use that courage, you're going to use that determination, you're going to use that strength in order to take yourself to the next level, knowing that things will come to you easily and effortlessly. Have a belief, have a faith. One more, one more. The Six of Earth appears. Unexpected resources, happy surprises, and generosity. And since the beginning of the year, although it's kind of trailed off a little bit through my meditations and whatnot, but it was so strong at the beginning of the year that I kept getting the commitment was the hardest part of the journey. Once we make the commitment, things start to flow. Things start to appear in our life that we need in order to take that path. But it's making the commitment to yourself. It's being courageous. It's being strong. It's being true to yourself. That's the hardest part of this path forward for us right now. What I have sent forth in love comes back to me many times over. As the generosity of others becomes apparent and unexpected resources show up, the universe is exhibiting its generosity, reminding me that the world is full of pleasant surprises. Inside the pretty package is a tangible aid, a gift from Spirit. Just when I was beginning to doubt, I am reminded of the treasures I am entitled to receive that show up at my door. What will I unwrap today? What will I unwrap this weekend? What, when I make the commitment, shows up at my doorstep, at my feet, to serve me on my path, to move me forward in the direction I've chosen? And our reading wouldn't be complete without our animals. Ah, the wisdom of the owl appears. Second sight, magic, secrets, truth, and wisdom. A wise old owl lived in the oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be like that wise old bird? If owl has arrived in your reading, it symbolizes the wisdom which spans your earthly years. Those who you come in contact with may be drawn to you for sage advice, your second sight, or your keen ability to keep secrets. You can sense truth and untruth in people and in situations, though you don't always follow through on your gut instincts. Owl tells you that you are interpreting the signs correctly and to believe in your psychic abilities, believe in you, believe in your insight, believe in your intuition, believe in your higher wisdom. Owl can also mean that there is someone keeping a secret from you or being untruthful. This is not you being overly sensitive. Follow through on your feelings you have with your second sight, for if you don't, you may indeed regret it later on. So be like that wise old owl. Believe in your gut feelings of where you can go, of what you can achieve, of what you can do, of your talents, of your gifts. Know that even what you think is a very daunting and dark part of you might actually be the beautiful light that you've hidden within yourself. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.